What's up, everybody? It's me, Joe Pisapia, back with another top 10 video here at Betting Pros, talking about my favorite things for week 8 in the NFL. Coming off a hot streak, too, because I got that Minnesota Vikings upset. If you were watching our Monday night live show at 5 p.m. Eastern, I picked the Vikings at plus 270, and I helped make you some money. So now it's time to parlay that into some more good things, and there's a lot of things to like this week in week 8. So before we get to it, make sure you comment below. Tell me the things that you're in on week 8. I want to hear from all of you. And when you comment below and you subscribe to our channel here at Betting Pros, not only do you get to watch all the amazing content here, all the podcasts, all the live streams, but also you get a chance to win this, a Robert Tonyan autographed jersey, the Chicago Bears' own tight end. I think he's still there. I'm pretty sure he is. But you can win this jersey regardless. And don't forget to click that little bell till it goes ding for notifications so you know if you're the big winner and every time a new piece of content drops here at Betting Pros. So without further ado, let's get at it. Let's get to my favorite things, my top 10 bets for week 8 in the NFL. Let's start things off here on the West Coast. Let's go to LA for the Chargers game where they're hosting the Bears. And I like the Bears in this one, plus 8.5 over minus 110 on DraftKings. Here's why. The Chargers aren't blowing anybody out. I understand the Bears aren't a great team, and I get that they've got an undrafted free agent quarterback playing potentially. Maybe Justin Fields will come back this week. It's probably unlikely. But where are these blowouts for the Chargers in 2023? I think this one is just a bad idea, and I think the Bears can at least hang here. D'Onta Foreman looked good running the football last week, and Bajan did what he had to do, and they got a W against the Raiders. Now, I understand the Chargers are a better football team than the Raiders, but at the same time, the Chargers are not a great football team, and they also collapse in the second half of games, and they've been doing it all year. So, in my opinion, whether it's garbage time or just the whole game, I think the Bears can hang in this one, so give me the points with the Bears side of this one. I just have no faith in the Chargers. Sorry, LA. That's just how I feel. Next up on our list is an under. I know life is too short for unders, but we've got a couple of them in this one. And the first is going to be the Titans-Falcons in Tennessee, under 37 at minus 115. This number you can get over at FanDuel. It looks like the Titans are probably going to have to start Malik Willis. That's not a great thing for their offense. Not that Ryan Tannehill was setting the world on fire. And let's be honest, the Falcons offense has been lackluster. Hopefully Bijan Robinson can be healthy enough to make an impact in this week's game. I'm not bitter about last week, can you tell? I'm not bitter at all. But Desmond Ridder has not played well on the road in his short career, and this one is on the road in Tennessee. You put all those factors together, and to me, I think they struggle to hit that 37. So give me the under in Falcons-Titans, and let's move on to the next one on our list. And that, of course, is the Chiefs at minus 7.5, minus 110 in Denver against the Broncos. This number you can get on DraftKings. Patrick Mahomes looks like he finally got this offense clicking. You got Travis Kelce putting up enormous numbers last week. You got Mecole Hardman returning, and you got Rashee Rice continuing to get the red zone looks, not to mention Isaiah Pacheco really coming into his own as the true running back number 1 guy in this backfield. Now, the Denver Broncos, on the other hand, that's a different story. They struggle to score. They struggle to stop anybody from scoring. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to go right back here to this one, right back to the Chiefs, because I know these two teams just played a few weeks ago, but I am not taking too much out of this game. I think the Chiefs are continuing to go in the upswing. I think the Denver Broncos just snuck out that victory last week. And I really think at this stage, the Chiefs are going to be a rocket ship that is going to take off. Can they beat the Broncos by more than a touchdown? Yeah, I think they can. In fact, if you want to tease this one to 10.5, I think we could even get to there, maybe even more. But I like the Chiefs in this one to cover the 7.5. So let's play it safe here at minus 110 over the Denver Broncos. I know it's on the road. I don't care. I'm feeling good about Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not sure if Taylor Swift will be here, but I hope she is, because when she's in the building, Travis Kelce has good games. Don't get mad at me. It's just the facts. It's just the math. Next up on the docket for week 8 in the NFL, let's take another big number here with the Ravens minus 8.5, minus 110 on the road against the Cardinals. And this one you can get over at Caesars. Now, typically speaking, when a team rolls another team, I'm not rushing the next week to necessarily take them on a big number. However, It is the Arizona Cardinals, and watching that offensive line last week, oh my goodness. I mean, do they realize they can use their hands to stop people? Because I don't think they do. I think they should get a memo somewhere in there written to them telling them what they're allowed to do on the offensive line, which is stop people from coming to kill your quarterback. Oh, poor Joshua Dobbs. But at any rate, the Ravens look spectacular. They got Odell Beckham back healthy. The run game certainly was moving with Lamar Jackson, and Mark Andrews had himself a day. So if the Ravens are going to roll over this confidence-building matchup that they just came out of with the Detroit Lions, which was a butt-kicking of epic proportions, they should be able to roll the Cardinals. Yes, it could be a trap game, but I just don't think at the end of the day the Cardinals have enough personnel to keep this one close. So the 8.5 sounds about right to me. In fact, I want to lock this in because I'm concerned that as the weekend goes on, you might see this number grow to double digits because the Ravens looked so good last Sunday. Next up on our list, how about two teams coming off a bye and going in opposite directions? How about the number 1 and 2 picks of the 2023 NFL Draft going head-to-head? How about the Texans -3 at -102 at Carolina against the Panthers? This one you can go get over at BetMGM. Now, the Texans so far look like a team and an organization that is headed in the right direction. CJ Stroud has the poise and confidence of a grizzled veteran, but he is still just in his rookie season, and so far he has also played very respectably on the road, where this one is. Carolina, on the other hand, not so much. So things have not gone so well for Frank Reich and Bryce Young so far. Maybe they can get things back on track here a little bit coming out of the bye with some extra practice time, but I like what the Texans are cooking here. -3 is exactly where I want this one. I think this is a very fair number here for the Texans to be favored in this one, and I think they're going to go out there and handle their business because at the end of the day, the Panthers just can't seem to get out of their own way on either side of the football, and the Texans, I think, are starting to build some confidence, and credit Coach DeMeco Ryans for turning this thing around, and CJ Stroud and this offensive line getting healthier, I think can carry this 3. So give me the Texans in Carolina, the battle of the QB 1 and 2 from the draft. I favor CJ Stroud in this contest. Life might be too short for unders, but you know what? When the Jets and Giants get together, I can't feel but the under coming in at 36.5. This one you can get at -105 over at FanDuel. Now, the crowd will probably be a little split in this one. It is a Giants home game in air quotes. However, they are playing the Jets. It's the Jet Stadium, blah, blah. You know how this one goes. At the end of the day, they might have more action potentially in the parking lot during tailgate than you will in this game, the way these offenses have played this year. The best unit of all 4 here is the Jets defense, but don't underestimate that Giants defense too, that has really gotten after it the last few weeks against Buffalo and against Washington, where they had 6 sacks. They are getting after the quarterback, and that's bad news for a bad offensive line of the Jets and a bad quarterback situation with Zach Wilson, who I know has played better of late, but at the same time, let's not start making Zach Wilson Joe Montana, all right? That's a bad idea. 36.5 is a low number, but I do think with all the defenses here going back and forth, this could look very much like last week's game between the Commanders and the Giants, and the Commanders have a much better offense than the Jets do. So give me the 36.5, give me the under at -105. This may not be the most entertaining game on the slate, but it'll be fun if we win some cash. Coming in here at number 4, give me the Steelers at home against the Jaguars on the money line, +128 for Pittsburgh, and you can get this one over at FanDuel. I understand the Jaguars are coming off a big Thursday night win. I understand Trevor Lawrence played very well. I understand that they've got more time to rest. However, I also understand that the Pittsburgh Steelers are starting to put things together. Kenny Pickett's starting to look a little bit more confident in this offense, especially coming out of that bye, getting Deontay Johnson back. There's a lot of positive trends here for the Steelers, and I always like Mike Tomlin as a home underdog. I think the Steelers are starting to figure things out here, and let's not forget, the Jaguars could have easily lost that game to the Saints. If Foster Moreau could have just held on to that touchdown pass, or maybe Rashid Shaheed might have come down inbounds, we'd be talking about a different situation here, I think, with the Jaguars. So although I respect the Jaguars, they are going on the road. Pittsburgh's a tough place to play, and I think the Steelers are starting to, again, figure things out. So give me the Steelers on the plus money side. Let's go. Wave those terrible towels if you got them. Number 3 on our list here is the Bengals +210 on the money line at San Fran against the 49ers at Bet365. I know what you're going to say. Joe, you really think the 49ers are going to lose 3 games in a row? Well, I think that they might. I think the 49ers are vulnerable right now. Christian McCaffrey's been banged up. Yes, he had the touchdowns. Okay, Monday night, that's great. But losing your left tackle, losing Deebo Samuel, and Brock Purdy starting to look a little bit more human there in the pocket. All of a sudden, I think the Bengals coming out of that bye a little healthier could give the 49ers all that they can handle. So I like taking the shot here on the value of the Bengals on the road against the Niners. I know San Fran's got to stop the bleeding. I get it. But maybe, just maybe, we're seeing a little bit of a mid-season slump here for San Fran. And the Bengals, I think, are in a good opportunity to once again hand the 49ers their third loss in a row. Dare I say it? I did. I just said it. Next up here on our list at number 2, give me the Browns again. Another week of the Browns at plus 148 on the money line in Seattle against the Seahawks. This one also at bet 365. Defense travels and Myles Garrett is playing out of his mind. The Seahawks came away with a W at home last week against the Arizona Cardinals, but it wasn't exactly a convincing victory where they dominated the game start to finish. That's going to be a problem no matter who is under center, Deshaun Watson or PJ Walker for the Cleveland Browns. I really don't care. All I care about is that defense, and that defense makes things happen. And to me, I think the Seattle Seahawks should be very concerned about Myles Garrett and company coming to Seattle. So although Seattle has historically been a good place in the past for the Seahawks, it's not the same home field advantage it was in the Legion of Boom days. So give me the Browns, give me Myles Garrett, give me the plus money, give me the 148. Let's go. And lastly here, coming off a big Monday night win, let's keep going with them Vikings. Minus 105 on the money line against the Packers in Green Bay. This one you can get on DraftKings. On Monday Night Football on our pre-show, I picked the Vikings at a big plus number, and I like the Vikings again. I think things are going to turn around here, and Justin Jefferson's going to come back healthy, and the Vikings are going to make this one interesting. The Green Bay Packers have looked really bad offensively. Christian Watson's going to be out probably for this game too. And Jordan Love's tunnel vision has not been a good look for this offense. Not having Watson and possibly not having Musgrave. They're down a few weapons. Aaron Jones has not been right all year. And if we look back historically, the last couple years, the Vikings have shown up to play in Green Bay. And I think they will again. I think the Vikings are starting to rally around their quarterback, Kirk Cousins, and their head coach, Kevin O'Connell, and they're playing good football for the first time in a long time. So give me the Vikings on the money line against a weak Packers team at home. I got one word for you: skull. Well, there you have it, everybody. Those are the things that I'm in on in week 8. But again, tell me what you're in on. I want to bet along with you. We bet together, and every time we make a bet, we always do it on the Betting Pros app, where you can bet smarter, not harder. Get all the best lines with the best tools. If you haven't already, download the app, please. Drop that comment below. Go win that jersey and go win yourself some cash. That'll do it for me, Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.